Well, welcome to the David Noble Show.
Thank
Gwen
you.
Woods.
That is me.
There's a little controversy around the name because, like, Clayton's like, I think it's Gwen Woods. Like,
2 marriages.
2 marriages? Who amongst us, right? But restaurateur, is that a fair title?
Yes.
Entrepreneur, fair title?
Yes.
What other titles would you put in there?
What other? Well,
Are you a mother?
Oh, yes. I'm a mother of 3.
Wow. No, so running a company with 3 kids, that's easy, right?
Oh, yeah. Piece of cake.
Yeah. Chris has got 3 kids too. He doesn't,
yeah?
Yeah, he doesn't know any of them.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, he
no.
doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, we always
Okay.
make fun of him. Yeah, no. But he started this company about 6 months ago now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now he's one of the biggest, baddest podcast studios in town.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm also a grandmother.
A grandmother?
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah, I still kind of hesitate when I say it because, like, wait, what? I'm a grandmother, but I became a grandmother in October.
Really? Congratulations.
Thank
What
you.
day?
Thank you. October 19th.
I'm October 10. That's my birthday.
Ah, so I'm a Scorpio. So she was supposed to have been born the end of October.
To be a Scorpio with you, but she's a Libra.
She's a Libra. I birthed a Libra too.
Does that stuff, do you actually think about that stuff?
Oh, I
for real?
absolutely do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I kind of into it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio water sign.
Well, I was just saying we're headed off to Saudi Arabia, right? And they
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff with the stars, and seasons. You know, you walk around the desert,
Yeah,
you're going to find a lot of meaning in those stars.
that's right. That's right. I imagine.
I don't know what Kalena has told you either about our show. So it's really an eclectic mix of me trying to behave with interesting guests that I'm hopefully going to help tell a really nice story, which I think this will be better than the first one I did today. So when we come in, we're often talking about entrepreneurship, right? Like I built what's called the Worth Institute for Entrepreneurship at UConn. We're also talking about this in the last 10 years, the impact that social media has had on entrepreneurship and creating careers. I call it creatorship, right? Like the creator economy. Some people call it different things. I really think it's just part of entrepreneurship. And I looked through your Instagram on Crabby Shack, and I'm like, 45,000 followers. Like you guys are putting time and effort into what you're doing, huh?
Yeah.
And so like those concepts, but then sort of the price of that for life. Because like college kids think, oh, I'm just going to start a business and it'll be easy. I'm doing it because I don't want to have a boss.
Right.
How many bosses you got? Like 30, 40,
something
maybe
about there.
50, right? Like how many bosses do you have? Whoever's standing in the store, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I think like some of those myths and some of those things we try to get into and then, whatever's interesting to you as well. So thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
One of the things I love about having chefs, restaurateurs, food creators around the show is like everybody can relate to food.
Right.
Right. So how did your background, what was your background like that brought you into this area?
Well, besides opening up the Crabby Shack, my only other experience in food was when I was 15, slinging fries and chicken at Playland.
That's your only experience. You didn't eat for the 20 years between that?
No.
20, 30. Yeah,
Okay.
You're like, nah, I have no experience with food. I've never seen it. No.
Okay, so,
Do you cook at home regularly?
well, yes, I do. So before going into the crab world, I was vice president at Bad Boy Entertainment.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, kind of in the
That's
news.
a lot going on, yeah.
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 So and I was there for 20 years, high stress. And to decompress, I started getting into cooking and started following chefs and started reading.
When did you start doing that?
Oh, let's see. So I would say about when my youngest was born. So it was around 2007.
Really? So you've been doing it for a long time. Who's your favorite chef?
Oh boy, who's my favorite chef? Oh boy, who do I love? I love Marcus Samuelson.
Okay.
Um,
I'm a big hot dog person. I don't know
Oh,
if
you
Clayton told you.
no,
Yeah.
I
that's
love
mine.
hot dogs.
Yeah. I did a worldwide weenie tour.
You
Now- yeah,
did
now-
worldwide wiener
Yeah, weenie.
weenie.
Yeah. Yeah. We went and ate hot dogs at all the best places around here, up through Connecticut, through your neck of the woods, up into Rhode Island. Now we want to do Boston to Buffalo.
That
Go
is
right down
fun.
90 and try about 20. I'm not big into the criticism.
Yeah.
I'm more into the celebration of the experience.
You know what? I love to hear that because, one bad Yelp review can really do a really bad review can really do some damage.
Yeah.
And what I always say to people, if you want to, if you have a problem, why don't you come in and talk to us? Say something. Give me a call. Call the restaurant. Ask for the owner. Ask for the manager. Have a conversation. Don't just walk away and then put up a crappy
And then
review.
if it doesn't go well, put up a bad review.
Yeah. Yeah. But have a conversation, right?
With
to
people?
see.
You want people to talk to other people? Are you crazy?
I do. I'm all for it. It's like, I'm sorry you had a bad experience, right? No one's perfect. How can I make it better. For you?
Yeah.
Can you come back? Next meal's on me. I'll do things like that.
Yeah, like there's probably a reason, right?
Yeah.
So you do 20 years in Bad Boy, you start following, which perfect timing. Nobody tells me that. Now that explains your point of the T-shirt. There you go. She's got a great Notorious B.I.G. shirt.
I found this baby. That was me. They did a search, and I said I would help out, and this baby came into my office.
So did you know Biggie did a concert at UConn?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Spring party, I think.
fun.
I don't remember what.
Yeah. And like Kanye did one way back when
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Then like you're like Biggie playing, and then like my buddy sends me a picture. He's like, yeah, and that's me standing next to Ray Allen watching Biggie at the party.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm like, all right, well that's
Good
real.
times.
That's real.
Yeah.
lot going on in that photo.
Yeah.
That's like legend on legend.
That is absolutely.
So
I love Ray Allen.
he's
So cute.
he's a nice guy. His
Yeah.
wife's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she owns a restaurant too.
Oh, really?
She was also a guest on the podcast.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Her current COO came from her doing the podcast, and he watched it, and then I introduced them.
Oh, that's,
So maybe you'll get a new COO.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's organic fast food because Ray doesn't need any real food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The stuff made of chemicals that I prefer. Hot dogs, nitrates.
Hot dogs are the best. Nitrate sticks.
Yeah, dude. How can you not? But no, in all seriousness, that's a busy career, right? The music industry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very hectic and very stressful. So I needed an outlet.
It
and
wasn't.
it really became
So you
food.
chose restaurants.
Yeah,
You're like,
I know.
Oh, I know how we're gonna relax. Hold on, everybody. Let's get a restaurant, and let's not choose like an easy food product that never goes bad and never. Let's go with
Super expensive.
Let's go with super expensive seafood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
What you were thinking was, I've been through worse. This won't be that bad.
So I was absolutely prepared, right? I did not know how bad it was going to be, but coming from the music industry and working for Sean Combs, who was a very, very hard worker, it was, like nonstop. So I could take on anything.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what I was in for.
Really?
Yeah. And
What
it
was the
kind of-
biggest surprise?
Well, the biggest surprise is, just like the hard. It's just hard work. It's just you're standing on your feet. I remember that like first 2 weeks, well, maybe our first day, right? Our first opening day, we kind of did a thing, let's test it out. So we're going to prepare food until we run out. Come in, right? And there was a line and it was hectic and, we were jamming and happy when the day was over. We were exhausted. And it's like, whew. And it's like, wait a minute. We got to wash the dishes. I got to clean the toilets.
Yeah.
I got to mop the floor. And I just wanted to go home and get in my bed.
Yeah.
So it's hard work. It's hard physical work.
Have you gotten to the point where you can just make that someone else's problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get Chris to do.
Oh, I'm working on it. Believe me.
Yeah. I'm trying to
it.
that thing you're doing right there, that's not a good use of your time.
Right.
Like we could find someone to pay money.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to let go, but
is it?
It's important to let go.
Because it's yours, right?
Right. And it's like, no, you're just not supposed to put the butter on like that. Oh, no, wait, and they would hate me when I would, go in the kitchen and then I'm like moving them out the way, doing things because I'm frustrated with them. And my business partners just let them just stay out of the way. You can give them some, give them some ideas or some criticism.
I feel like we're like, I feel like you and I could be, we could be good together.
Yeah.
Telling other people what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we got, like, you see the vibe, right? Like, yeah. Oh, everybody's annoyed when I show up, but they they all
like,
work for me though.
Here comes Gwen.
Yeah. I know exactly that feeling.
Yeah.
Like it feels weird when they're giving it to you because you're like, but you got it. But when you own it, you got to do it, right?
That's right. Right.
What was the best surprise of owning a restaurant?
Well, I think it is it's the gratification when someone says, that was delicious. Thank you so much. It really, it warms my heart.
Well,
it really
I
does.
can't wait to go.
Yeah, you have to. You have to try
now
it.
I am not like, dude.
You won't
came,
be.
You
won't
came
be
here.
disappointed.
I'm coming to like
Yeah.
this is a real simple quid pro quo. Like I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna tell it, and then as long as it's good, I'm gonna tell everyone about it. You can ask him. I back up. No problem. We'll give gift certificates to our guests. We don't care.
Yeah,
like,
let's do it.
But dude, didn't you go for seafood? Did you go for seafood? No, you switched it up. Where'd you go?
What are you talking about? Oh, no.
Where'd you go?
When I was in Red Hook or whatever.
Yeah.
I ended up having to go to some pub because everything had a line around the block.
So that seafood place in Red Hook, you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So that's not my place.
Yeah. No. You know what? A lot of those places, I want to say, use fake butter.
So I told you she was my person. I'm in Mexico one time at a My Morning Jacket concert.
Oh, man.
Totally different musical scene than Bad Boy Entertainment, but they rent out the whole place.
Mm-hmm.
I go in by myself for breakfast because I'm always up early and I want to know where the butter is. And they bring me, it's like a Mexican resort. They got Chinese food, Japanese food, Korean. They got every breakfast. They got olive oil, they got oleo, and I'm like, where's the butter? And they're like, what do you mean? And it's like right here. I'm like, no, there's no butter.
That's right.
You can't have food without real butter.
Absolutely. I agree.
So I had a bit of a meltdown that day. And I went back to the hotel room and I said to my wife at the time, I said, I gotta admit that I had a little meltdown at the restaurant in case this comes up. And so we go at the end of the night. It's like 5:30. She's like, I want to get one more drink. So we pop into the pool, go to the pool bar. And there's 4 people left in the pool at the pool bar. And one of them is a lady and she's pretty drunk. She goes, oh my God, it's the butter man.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, that's me.
So you got a bad Yelp review.
I melted down on them. I did not leave a Yelp review at their restaurant, but like, you can't tell me margarine's butter.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
So you think it isn't good. Thank you. This war against cholesterol, I think, is wrong.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, you think it. I think it's sugar is the enemy.
Shouldn't, but it's so good.
Yeah, no, that's what, like,
But sugar is the
sugar is
enemy.
the enemy.
Yeah. And they there's correlation, they say, with high sugar if you take in a lot of sugar, you're going to have high cholesterol. You can have heart problems with a lot of sugar.
Yeah, but butter and eggs and pork, all good.
Delicious. You just named like
the 3 food groups: butter, eggs, and pork.
I could eat pork like
every day. So Kalena, one time we were eating at the little Japanese restaurant over by 42nd Street, over by Grand Central in the basement. I can't think of the name of it. And she looks at me and she goes, "You like pork?" Because we were eating the pork belly. They do that steamed pork belly. It's the best pork belly in the city. And I said, "Do I like pork?" I said, I want to own a restaurant called Just Pork. Now, it wouldn't be just pork, but every item would have some pork ingredient within it. This is a
Pork Shack.
Yeah, I'm going to put it right next to the Crabby Shack.
I'll be there.
We got real pork over here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I love pork. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's the best.
So you think the importance is, do you think that's really a differentiator from a lot of those seafood places?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really? So they use real seafood and then cover it with fake pork. Or fake butter.
Fake butter.
Yeah. And in salted butter you can taste. There's a richness to it. Clams go in the butter and they come out of the butter. That's important.
So important.
So who was it, you or your business partner's idea?
So it was actually my business partner's idea. I was throwing a dinner party because
That's what you did.
I started enjoying
you started enjoying cooking.
Right. So it's like, let me test, these recipes on my friends. And her name is Fifi. And she was over at the house and she calls me Babe. She said, "Babe, I want to open up a crab restaurant in Brooklyn."
Did you laugh like I just did? Like, come on.
I was very intrigued. And she's a fashion stylist at the time.
Right.
So I don't think I've ever had a Fifi meal then. So, but I was like, wow, I think that's a great idea. And I just kind of thought about it. I love crab. I grew up eating crab. My dad is from Portsmouth, Virginia. And I'm like, there's other people. The whole lobster thing, it's a big deal, trickled down to New York. But the crab thing didn't make its way north.
Right.
Yet. And so it's like, there's other people like me. There's other people like her. And I think it's a great idea. And a couple weeks went by and I had a really stressful day at work. And I got home really late. And I called her like 2 a.m. and I said, you really want to do this? She said, absolutely. And we quit our jobs and opened up 6 months later.
What year is that?
That was 2014.
Wow. And so then you go 6 years, 5-6 years, and then they shut your restaurant down.
No.
How'd you survive the pandemic?
It was kind of crazy. So the crab phenomena started happening and it became a thing. So a bunch of restaurants started opening across the city, and it was a lot of money flowing into the crab business. They tend to be Asian owned.
Yes, very much so.
The pandemic happened, and then
are you Asian?
No.
No.
Fifi is.
Fifi is,
yeah,
not
yeah,
you.
No.
So we're only 50% Asian. Yeah.
Yeah. So with the whole Chinese flu and all that type of stuff that was going on, they all shut down. So all the crab restaurants shut down. Crabby Shack is literally the only one standing. And we decided to stay open. And we did $2 million in sales that year.
Wow. How many square feet?
600.
$2 million in sales off 600 square feet. That's good return.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Just in and out.
In and out. Delivery. Boy, my delivery guy was making bank. He was making so much money. was like, can I get a piece?
Yeah, I want to get in your business.
Yeah.
Can I buy a bike?
Yeah, I know.
So that's amazing. So you stay open, you drive even better sales. You come out of the pandemic. New York's restaurant scene is different. Everything's different. Neighborhoods are different.
Yeah.
What's going on in Crown Heights these days?
Oh, boy. Well, let's see. A lot to gentrification. So
people like me move in all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Open up a cool crab restaurant. I'm showing up as your neighbor. Bringing my real butter. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. So
then I'm complaining. Then I'm complaining about everything the way it was done. Like what's going on?
Right.
I said to this guy when I was in my PhD program, I've always racially, I've always had lots of friends from the time I was like 19 on. I never met a black person before that. And like, and I'm in Alabama, I'm living in Alabama, and I said to him, I'm like, why did black people walk in the middle of the street? Like, and he said, why do you think that's your street? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go over here. Call me when you want to leave.
Oof.
He was such a good guy. DeMarco Ryan's cousin. Great guy. Was in our program. We went through it. He runs, he's at a bank now, did his PhD at Alabama. Great guy. But he taught me so much about life in Birmingham, Alabama as a black man.
Serious.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. Can only imagine.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's because you can. Like if you grow up like me, you can't even imagine.
Right.
Unless like you get in the car and go see.
Right.
With someone that
right.
Yeah.
Is experiencing it.
So I always get these cool. I got lots of cool friends. I don't know how. Because I'm like the whitest dude ever.
Well, you must be a cool white dude.
I don't know.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what I'm saying. Like Kalane is like my hype woman, and like
she is cool.
She is cool.
What?
This is my point. Like I'm like, how's she like? Sometimes I'm like, how does she like me? Like she's the coolest person I know. Sometimes, like,
yeah, I tell you, I visited her family with her in South Carolina. I have a whole new appreciation. Yeah. Just they live off the land,
right?
And, if you have a dry season, your crops are effed up. You know what I mean? You're not going to have good string beans. I had the best string beans in my entire life on her property.
She can't eat. She's like, I can't eat this.
Oh, my God. It's like crabs that her father caught earlier. It was strawberries, insane.
Yeah.
It was I want to send my son down there and I want him to work the land.
I'm going to send Chris.
Oh, my God.
We'll send them together.
Yeah.
Work the land and bring us some food.
Exactly.
That's what you two are here to do.
Get up at 5 a.m., it's really something incredible to see.
It is. So Crown Heights is so white people call that revitalizing.
Yes.
That's the word.
Yeah, that's that word.
Up and coming and revitalizing.
Right.
That's what we call it.
Yeah.
So it's gentrifying.
Yes. So when we first got there, Franklin Avenue is a pretty happening avenue now. Maybe at the top of the block by Eastern Parkway, there were some restaurants up there. But down, I'm closer to Atlantic Avenue on that end. It was a little desolate. And there was an abandoned, huge warehouse across the street. I was a little nervous opening up because I was just thinking, what's living over there? Is it going to come over?
Is it going to come see us?
Yeah, it's going to come visit me. A Caribbean-based neighborhood, some Panamanian places there. But over time, you see less and less, Black folks. And crab is a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
Crab is a thing with Black people. Not unless you're from D.C. or California eating Dungeness crab.
Mm-hmm.
D.C.'s big blue crab or, the Louisiana
Yeah.
area. But besides that, a lot of white people don't eat crab.
That's how we were texting. I said, I can't wait to talk to you because I never eat crab.
Yeah. But Black people, we eat crab.
All right.
It's a thing.
Is it?
It is a ritual. My father would come home with a bushel of crabs, lay out the newspaper in our backyard. We had a picnic table, and they would drink beers and sit out there all day long, talking, eating crab, laughing. And it's
family.
It's family. It's a thing. It's like coming together.
So they get that. So if that's your background and you show up at Crabby Shack, you feel home almost.
Yes. That's exactly what we try to do. When you walk into a restaurant, we want you to feel like you're at like seaside. We have a nautical feel. We have white and stripes and blue and coral. And, it's very welcoming. And, we say service with a smile. And it's special.
Does your restaurant rap battle against like Nas's, like the chicken place in Williamsburg? Do you guys get like rap battles going? No. That would be cool.
We should do that. Actually, my business partner used to rap.
Did she really? That's good.
In Japan.
Makes perfect sense.
And she's Black and Japanese, but
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Oh, so the one half Black person in Japan rapped. Oh yeah, they never figured that out. I wonder how that happened. Like, no, I think these cultural things, I guess, I grew up with lobster, right? Like when you go to a fancy restaurant and someone orders a lobster, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Like that's $5.99 a pound eating on a picnic table. Right. If you're eating that indoors, you're not even like you're not human. You're some kind of vampire eating a lobster indoors. Why would?
It's really funny,
right? Like, and I think a crab similarly. Like like you sit there, you think back. Oh, you go down to one of those boils, to Low Country boils in South Carolina. You get, that's how. Seafood should be. It's an experience. It's not a fancy thing you put on a plate with a white tablecloth.
Exactly. We get the brown paper. You rip it off and lay it across the table and get to work.
That's what I do strategic planning on. I got rolls of the black paper, brown paper that go on, and I got markers of every color you've ever seen. So if you want to build a new restaurant, have you thought about taking Crabby Shack and multiplying it?
Yes. So we actually. Right before the pandemic, we opened up a second place. It's a little off the beaten path. I guess we were kind of feeling ourselves, and we said, oh, yeah, they're going to find us no matter where we are. Yeah. And it didn't work like we wanted it to. Mm-hmm. So we decided somebody wanted the space. Somebody came in. They really liked the space, and they wanted to purchase it, so there's key money involved. And we said, you know what, let's step away and back out of it. And it actually, well, who knows because of the pandemic and how we did. I wonder if we were saved or...
Yeah, could have been either or.
Yeah, I don't know. But
as an entrepreneur, you can't know, right? Like
no, you don't.
You have to...
Take a chance, right? And just hope you made the right decision. But that... bruised our ego for a while. Yeah, it was hard. It's like saving up our little pennies. And it's like, look, we have enough now. And then, you put your money, hard-earned work, and you learn from your mistakes of the other ones. So the restaurant was like built perfectly. And it just didn't work. So that was hard. So we kind of shied away from opening another spot. But what we did was, okay, we want to do like venues. And literally a month after we closed the restaurant, Barclays reached out to us. And so we were in the Barclays Center for 3 years. They go in and out. So...
Yeah. That's how that works. When you run a venue like that, you want to freshen up every 3-4 years. That's the requirement. Yes.
But that was a great experience to be in Barclays. We've been in the U.S. Open. That was life-changing as well. Mm-hmm. And now we're actually doing more like outdoor events.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing like urban space in Union Square.
Okay.
So those are types of things that we're getting into.
You think New York City is the home for Crabby Shack forever, or is it a thing that can grow beyond New York?
It can grow, and
what circumstances would you need to really, like, if we were like, hey, let's do this, what are those things that you really think you need to see to be able to take that leap? You got a bruised ego. I actually like you got a bruised ego.
Yeah.
If I'm an investor, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Like, that's a good thing. Like, but you're running a real restaurant, which is a good thing, 10 years.
Right.
Plus.
Well, we need money because
everybody needs money.
I know,
take that off.
It's so expensive.
But what else? Money comes when people are ready for the opportunity. Money doesn't make the opportunity ever. It shows up. But what would you need?
As a white man,
I don't have any money. I have the opposite of money.
It's.
Am I white? Yeah.
So we started with our own funds. We couldn't get
I'll get you money
funding.
If you get a good idea as to how to do it. So, I mean, the money's out there. I mean, I think I know, see, we got to go to neighborhoods that aren't gentrifying. And I know some people, like, you need me there. Like, I need you. I need you at the barbecue. You need, this is where I think Kalena, we vibe. Cause it's like, just because people are different doesn't mean they shouldn't be together.
Oh, I totally agree.
Like, and so,
absolutely.
But I think there is money for these concepts and growing. What I try to get people to do is get to the 5 things that aren't money, because like you can control those 5 things usually.
Yeah. So location is very important. So even though DC is the home of crab, there is nothing like ours. And the crab that we have. So we do Alaskan snow crab. That's our number one thing. Our crab roll is numero uno, and it is premium Alaskan snow crab meat. It's expensive, and I think maybe that's another reason why some people, other people don't do it at all.
Yeah.
But our customers love it. And so DC, I would love to go to DC. I think about Westchester, where I grew up, White Plains, New Rochelle.
I think Playland's for sale.
I heard.
We could do it. We could go old school.
My old stomping grounds. Oh, R.I.P.
But Westchester, you think it sells?
Yeah, I do. But there has to be Black people. So there's Black people in New Rochelle, right? There's Black people in Mount Vernon. There's Black people in Lower Westchester, right? In D.C., Maryland area also.
Philly
for sure. That's where my business partner's from.
Right.
Yep.
And so can you create that cultural vibe, to steal a word from the 20-year-olds or 25-year-olds, and make it accessible to the masses?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's always been the plan. We, and we have lobster on our menu.
Do you?
Yeah. So actually, we have something called the Clobster roll.
Yes, I did enough research that I know about the Clobster roll, which I'm getting better.
The best of both worlds. So no, but we are absolutely. We want to. I mean, first of all, the U.S. Open.
Yeah, that don't get away.
Yeah.
There's 3 Black people in there playing, and they're all playing.
Exactly.
I've been there.
Exactly. And what's so funny is that our best seller is the lobster roll at the U.S. Open.
Of course.
Yeah, makes
sense.
sense.
Well, you buy what you know. This is not strange. But I'm like thinking to myself, like, how do you make it so when I walk by the crab, any crab restaurant really, when I go, oh, that's what I want to go eat. And I think, it's interesting you talk about the Alaskan king crab, because when I think Crabby Shack, I think, oh, it's got to be blue. It's got to be the blue crabs, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's snow crab.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
We have Dungeness too.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you take, because I think what you explained of the family experience that you grew up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's interesting to anybody.
Right.
Like you sell me on that and I'm coming, it don't matter what you're serving, right?
Right.
Like,
right.
So it's like that. I feel like you make that component accessible and then people walk because they got to walk through the door.
Right.
Right. Not past it.
That's right. Right.
And I think that's where, like, how do you tell people this is that vibe.
Right.
That Saturday afternoon with a beer and.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah. So my business partner, she's a great salesperson. She'll see someone walking by. She's, excuse me, come on in. I just want you. If you just come in, we are known for our crab and corn chowder. It is absolutely delicious. You won't be disappointed. I'll even give you a sample. Come on in. And we actually get customers and repeat customers that way. I'm like, oh, okay. Come in and try it. And I'm like, wow, this is really good. I'll be back. So, we're doing our best to try to, let it seem like a welcoming place. I don't know.
Yeah.
Social media. We do,
You do a lot of like compared to your peer class, your social presence is very high.
Yeah.
And you said she's a fashion stylist, so I'm suspecting some of that's built into like the appearance of the Crabby Shack is at a high level compared to the name.
Yeah.
Crabby Shack, like you're there's
right.
the shack.
It's beautiful when you
right.
walk in. It's really nice, and like we have even our bathroom's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say that's her, or what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one making sure that the ship runs? Is that?
No. Well, no.
You're beating all the employees.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Yeah.
That's my job.
But how does that partnership work with the two of you?
Yeah, I think you have to throw ego out the window.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it's like we want our business to be successful, and that is the main goal. And so you put your egos aside. Okay, I didn't like the way you said that to me, or you don't like the way I did this, and I'm pissed off and you're pissed off. But at the end of the day, it's like we talk it out and we get through it. And communication is so important. And, I know, like, she knows my strong points and I know hers. And it's like, okay, that's you. You go ahead and handle that. You go talk to them. I'll freak out. You have to go talk to them in the kitchen. So we've figured out how to, balance, how to communicate. And we're actually still friends, too, which is great. You
can tell because you say when you speak about her a lot. So if you weren't friends, you'd be like that. You wouldn't even know that person.
Yeah, right.
When you think about your music career and what's similar to being at Bad Boy versus running the Crabby Shack, what are the things that translate?
Hard work, good work ethic. You have to have good work ethic to make it. Yeah. And put in those hours.
Really?
And so, which is why I was prepared. So many people tried to discourage me from leaving that, steady paycheck, the direct deposit, the, 401k. Like, what are you doing? Now you want to go work for yourself in the restaurant industry? But it really is that hard work. I was a negotiating and dealing with people, I had to make sure the artist was okay, but also the label is okay, and talking to the lawyers. And so there's this thing happening with your customers and then the back of house and the front of house. So there's a lot. Those are the similarities. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what would you think is, considering now everything that's gone on, but like, what's the best thing you took with you from that experience at Bad Boy? It's like we all have crazy starting points, right? Like, and we try to leave some of the shit and take some of the good things to our own, right? Like you got that. You're trying to leave that shit behind and like take the good things. What were some of the great things that you really learned in that environment?
Some of the great things. Well, I'm gonna go right back to what I said just about working really hard, and you saw, right, like with persistence, keep pushing and don't stop. You're going to, if you keep your eye on the prize, you're going to get there. Don't lose focus. Don't give up on yourself. Keep trying, because that is the type of person that Sean Combs is, right? And it's like you wouldn't take no for an answer. Yikes.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the legacy of Bad Boy?
Oh,
he's
man.
big into rap history.
Yeah, it's actually really sad because there were so many of us, like blood, sweat, and tears. You know,
you guys did amazing things.
For sure, and we had lots of fun.
That's where the correlation, like you all brought rap to a bunch of people that look like me.
Yes, for sure.
For
sure.
Like I know the NWA movie and the way they talk about it, and yes, that all happened. But Biggie was different and way bigger in the white community.
Absolutely.
Like we're like, whoa, what is this?
Yep.
And he's too young to know that. But I mean, he's like a rap historian now. Like you want to talk?
All right. All right.
How many years you work with folks in media on rap? 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he got his start in podcasting.
Oh yeah,
with guys.
Cool.
And so he's not as dumb as he looks. So when he asked that, I'm sure he's.
Well, the
opinions.
breadth of it is so large, like what was done at Bad Boy, that you can't just look at something like that and let one person taint it.
Well, that's what we hope, right? We hope.
Well, it's subjective, but I mean, like if you're looking at it rationally and objectively, like you can't just write that entire movement off because of the actions of one person, even if they are all entangled into the building and foundation of it.
I would even say the negative, like there are positives and negatives, and you can always separate those parts out and look at them like on their own. Like to me, like every business has excess. Every business has too much. Like the story going on with Puffy right now is not like a new story that's being told, right? Like,
yeah.
So it's like, well, yeah, but all right. So I want to hear about that because, like, that changed the world.
It sure did. You had white boys in Idaho,
right,
reciting the whole album.
You got women in Japan rapping,
yeah,
like
right.
Like that
Absolutely.
doesn't happen without that level of penetration. And
Yes.
that goes back to the question I asked about Crabby Shack too. Is like you have to get that same to go to 100 restaurants is like the great point where you can sell that sucker and make beaucoup money, right? Like and at 100 everybody wants it at that point. And it's like, but to get to 100, you got to kind of do what you did at Bad Boy, is you got to bring in an even bigger audience.
Right.
And so it's like that legacy, it's something. I mean, assuming you all didn't kill Biggie. I don't know.
Nah.
What do you think the world would be like if you just went out and clipped 2 of white America's biggest,
like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, Taylor Swift, and like not Katy Perry anymore because she's taking a bit. I guess even Beyonce. Like if you went out right now and clipped Beyonce and Taylor Swift,
right,
and just like we don't know who killed him.
No, that's
like, does that fly? Like,
that wouldn't fly.
right?
It wouldn't fly. It's crazy. It's crazy. That was a crazy experience too.
Right.
I was pregnant with my daughter, so I was the only one from the office who didn't go to LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just like, you're
It's
like,
insane.
yeah. It's. I watched the, and I'm a little. So I didn't know, and I tried not to fan out because, like, but I'm quite obsessed with the murder because, like, it's not possible. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, I watch all the documentaries. I watched even the fictional one with Forrest Whitaker, right? Like, and you're like, yeah, dude. Like, how do we just pretend like it didn't? Like, that's really what they're doing is pretending that didn't happen.
They're like, la 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 la.
Right. And then now I'm like, well, I guess that's the industry. That's the music industry.
Yeah.
It's like you pretend all this other stuff doesn't happen and you just keep singing and you just keep putting
going.
artists and it goes back to what you're saying. This is how you're successful in music. Keep your eye on the prize and keep moving. So maybe it's entirely possible, but to me, it's just like, wow, the world changed. And like they were such a cultural phenomenon. It just blew.
No, we were on top of the world. Like, you couldn't tell us anything. You
Right.
know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh my God, you work for Bad Boy. And, do you know Biggie? It's crazy.
Never met him.
Oh, he was a great guy.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Really?
He was.
He liked weed.
Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did. I loved all our artists. They
Really?
were great. Yeah. They were-
Even Mace?
I actually he was so funny. He's such a personality. Oh my God.
Did you have anyone better looking than Mace?
Q from 112 was really good looking guy.
That's not fair. He's in 112. That's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, our guys were pretty attractive. Even like Loon was very attractive. Yeah.
Yeah. Mace was something too.
No, but he's a dynamic personality. He's funny. He'd make you laugh.
Really?
Come in, he lights up the room with his dimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally accessible to white America. Mace was where Biggie wasn't, where Biggie was a little bit of rebellion for your parents.
A lot of rebellion.
If your mom saw Mace, she'd be like, "Oh, that's a cute guy."
Yeah, have him come over for dinner.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
like that. There's nothing frightening about him.
Right.
To people that
non-threatening.
Mm-hmm, and I mean that in a difference. Difference is threatening to everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have the same thing with kids coming to like prep school. They're like, this is different. It's threatening. And I think he's one of those guys that just sort of, you look at him and you're like, you can go any which way you want to go.
And he smiled all the time. You know what I mean? So, he didn't have that angry rapper persona,
So keeping on people that smile all the time and the importance of that, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan got away with so many things. And I always have claimed that it's because he has the most beautiful smile.
Hey.
And Tiger Woods, who's a little Michael protege,
Yeah.
got away with nothing on that because he grimaced. Tiger Woods is a grimace.
Mm-hmm.
He got away with nothing. People love Michael Jordan. He's tough to be around. Tiger Woods, tough to be around as well. People hate him.
Yeah.
And I think it's the smile.
Michael
smiles and the room lights up.
Yeah, our mantra is service with a smile. And it is very true. You see someone, you smile, you tend to smile back, right?
Every time.
It gives you a good
Every
feeling,
And then you get a Klobster roll.
And you're just gonna just cheese all the way
Right.
home.
And
Yeah.
But it's got to be challenging to run a restaurant in today's world with
so hard.
like Gen Z coming up and like they can't be bothered to talk to people in the restaurant.
Oh God, that's a thing.
That's a whole thing.
That is.
We deal with it. I run a college. I'm in
thing.
college.
Whole thing. Oh gosh.
If you were to give a young woman sitting there looking at the world in college today, if you were to give her that one piece of advice on what to do next, how does she decide what to do next for her career?
Well, I do believe in doing what you love, right? And so, it's like, what do you like to do? What makes you happy? What makes you smile? And how can you monetize off of that? And then I research. I so believe in research. Like, research what you want to do. If you want to open a business, talk to others if there are others who have done it. Like because we knew nothing about opening a restaurant, we would go into, restaurants and like flirt with the owners and, hi, can we see your kitchen? We knew nothing. It's like, hi, we know nothing about, running a restaurant, but could you please help us? And you're like, oh, come on in. You talk to people, ask lots of questions. And that's what we did. And when I back to the research thing. So, there was, like I said, there were no crab restaurants. So I give the example in my neighborhood when frozen yogurt was a big deal. A frozen yogurt place came and everybody's like, yes, yeah, we got frozen yogurt on Court Street in Brooklyn. And then another one opened. And then a third one opened. And then they all closed.
Right.
Right? They didn't, the ones after, you should have done your market research. You should have walked up and down, surveyed the neighborhood, see what's going on. And if there's already a spot right there, you do not need to be one block over and open another frozen yogurt place. So it's, do your research. Find out what do they need? What do they have too much of? Where's the hole? Where's the gap? How can you close the gap?
Could be a business school professor with that. That's marketing. I don't think, why do you think they try to make it out to be so hard? It's work. That's the part. There's no fast track to work.
That's right. There's no fast track to anything.
Yeah, like you can't skip the work, right?
That's right.
Like if you do the work, there's something on the other side.
That's right. Got to put in the work.
You don't always get to choose what's on the other side, but there's something there with the work, the input.
Yeah.
And it's really remarkable. Well, I've appreciated this. I think next on my list is a lobster roll.
For sure.
I
got you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go through the crab. I like king crab. King crab's expensive.
We have snow, not king.
Snow.
Snow crab. Little
See, I got to do more research on crabs.
Yeah.
How many crabs are there?
I don't know. There's a lot. But the main.
I don't like the stone crab.
The little claws with a little bit of meat.
I'm in Miami.
No, thank you.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need Miami.
Pass.
How do you feel about Miami?
It is a fun place to visit, and I'm a beach girl, so I will go lay on the beach and get in the water. But
were you guys going down there in the bad boy days?
Yes, because when he bought Tommy Mottola's house.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was, because like back then it was different too.
It was fun.
I went to law school in Miami, 98 to 01.
Good times.
Yeah, it was different. It was like, so people didn't show up with giant bags of cash and cocaine anymore.
Yeah.
But everyone remembered the time when they did.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so it was like that person over there is kind of a problem to be here.
Yeah.
Boris.
Right.
Who let the Russian in?
Yeah.
But he didn't bring the bag of cash and cocaine today.
Right.
Like that was my Miami. But it wasn't like today where it's like all like formal.
Yeah.
Like it's like real. It's a real city now. Back then it was like kind of weird, spread out and all that weird. But that was how I described it. It's like, it's not where you buy cars in cash anymore. But all the guys that work at the dealership sold cars in cash.
Yeah.
So they knew that life. But yeah, that was it. I had no idea. I would have prepared a bunch of stuff, and we would have grilled you on all of your precarious connections instead of talking about crab. But I'm glad we talked about crab.
Me too.
Yeah. So I hope I do have a short wish to end this on, is like, I hope that legacy gets preserved in a way that tells the truth of what happened around the music and culture.
Agreed. That's
like,
yes.
Every person I know that's worth any money is flawed. Any person I know is flawed. And but something still happened that had never happened before.
Life-changing stuff.
Yeah. So I do hope that I do wish that maybe after this trial, I think the trial's over today.
They're deliberating.
Yeah, that won't take long.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, he's gonna go to jail. It's gonna be not good for him. He's on the wrong side of this one.
Yeah. A lot of people think he's gonna get off. I don't see that either.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so. I think it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
You just look at the pictures and go. The one where he knocked the girl out that was.
I signed her.
Yeah.
That was my artist.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was damning.
That was hard. Yeah.
It was over. I mean, 50 Cent's happy.
Oh, boy, he's having a time.
And as long as 50 Cent's I talked to someone, I'm like, dude, I want to take your show to 50 Cent. I'm like, this is a show made for 50 Cent. And he's going to be on top of the world in a way and the guy's like, you can get to 50 Cent? I'm like, why can't you? What's wrong with you? Why can't you get to 50 Cent? If you got a good idea, you get to him.
Oh, boy.
He works too, though.
Oh, yes, he does.
Jay-Z ain't afraid of work.
Oh, no. I got to say this, because it was Bad Boy Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And we would see, Jay-Z out with the staff. And it's just all his people loved him. He always just had this great, aura around him. And he worked really hard. And we were kind of jealous of that culture.
Of the culture, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think he's got trouble on the horizon, and we'll see. The guy I always liked out of that group was Nas.
Yeah.
And I was he's real.
He's, first of all, smart. All those decisions, all those investments. What?
You look at it. And the rap was so good too. Just technically good and all. And I always thought he was something. And then he did this. You ever see, do you know Billy on the Run? You know Billy on the Run, Billy Eichmann?
Yeah.
He had Nas on the show, and clearly nobody told Nas what he was walking into. I feel like it was Gerard earlier when he's like, what is this? And Nas is staring at Billy, and it is my favorite moment in TV. It's the most awkward moment that has ever been done. And then Nas left. And I was like, this is why we video this stuff and show it. Because nobody, who is in Nas's orbit that put him on that show and then failed to tell him, dude, you're going to talk to a gay guy in the street and he's going to ask you the dumbest questions he can think of.
So funny to me. He cracks me
Billy
up.
Eichmann?
Yes.
He's amazing.
Hilarious.
I think he's one of the smartest guys to come out of the 2010s for comedy. And he killed it. And the whole, we're dealing with Gabby Gonzalez now, Gabbers. She's she does the comfort hoodies. She sells the comfort hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
She's the creator behind that. And really crushed it and made no money. It's a great story. She's wanting to be the man in the street interview person. She's down in Miami doing it, and she's really built a following as that person. But I'm but Billy Eichmann's the greatest.
I would love to see that one.
The ridiculousness. Yeah, you got Google. I'm sure it's on YouTube, and it's and Nas is just looking at him what the fuck is going on?
What am I doing?
Is this serious? And Billy never breaks character the whole time,
so
right?
Good.
And he just he's asking Nas some question, and I'm what the fuck?
Is this real?
Yeah, this can't be real.
I got to check that out.
Yeah. So those guys, they had that's the part I think a lot of people forgot on the East Coast, West Coast. It's there was not one East Coast.
Right.
There was 3 eminent houses of rap, and I don't think any of them included the Wu-Tang Clan.
Right.
you know? And like, and they made it like East versus West. But like,
that was a terrible time. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was scared for my life.
Really?
I didn't know if I was going to get shot up at the office. And we had bodyguards.
Jeez.
It was crazy. Yeah.
The video of the funeral is one of the most moving things I think I've ever seen.
Oof, yeah.
Like, just like the people like there can't be that many people in Brooklyn, right? They were all out that day.
They came out.
Yeah, it was wild. Wild time.
It
as someone that was nowhere near connected to it and completely removed from the situation, but watching, it was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Something.
So, well, you know, we got some great music out of that.
Did. You really did. And you still
What's
hear
your
it now.
favorite song? What's your favorite rap song? All of them. We're walking out. You got all of rap. Go back all the way. You got history. Like you've been through it. Like when you go, you're like, all right, we're gonna play one song tonight. What's that one song?
You know, I love Warning.
Okay.
By B.I.G. I love that. I love it. I love a story, and he tells a story.
Yeah.
I love it.
And is there a song you go and listen to on a bad day?
On a bad day, oh gosh, I'm kind of crazy. I listen to like Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
Does music permeate everything you do?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
cool. That's really cool.
I
can't hear music.
It's like a thing, you know. Even at the restaurant we play music, and I'm very particular about what music we play.
Part of what I like, so it sounds like they're two completely different genres, which is 90s era, 2000s, early 2000s rap, and like 2010 whitest dude ever songs, like indie folk. Like they're all white dudes.
Yeah.
Singing. They're very similar to me because I don't hear the music. I hear the words.
The words.
And like they're talking about a different thing and they're talking about a different thing, but they're talking about it in a way that I can like connect. And because I can't hear the music.
Well, that's the beauty of music, right?
Yeah, I just don't have the hearing. I'm so jealous of people with hearing that can hear music and hear notes and hear the difference between the voices, and like not all of us have that.
Yeah.
And like most of us dance kind of funny too when we don't have it, you know? Like, but I'm so jealous of that because like you can hear it, and I know they can hear it because you can see how music impacts people's lives.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
So, man, this was fun. Thank you, Gwen.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it and cannot wait to get to the Crabby Shack.
I can't wait.
Crown Heights.
I can't
What street was it again?
Franklin Avenue.
Franklin Avenue.
613 Franklin Avenue.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's going in the GPS. I'll bring Kalena.
I'm waiting for you.
I'll bring Kalena.
Oh, she loves the Crabby Shack.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. I got one final question.
Yeah.
Favorite Caribbean curry? Which
Oh, that's funny. Well, my first husband was Trinidadian. And
a lot of people love the Trinidad curry.
Yeah. So I enjoy that.
Kalena would say Trini too.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good flavors.
I don't even know where Trinidad is or anything about the Trinis, but I know they make good curry because everyone, it's like the go-to on everyone.
Yeah. Well, those Caribbean islands, you'll see like that, Indian mix. You'll see Indian people on the island, and they just all come together. It's like so many different. It's like a melting pot in the Caribbean. You'll see very dark skin. You see light skin. You'll see.
See, when I went to school, they told me it was a melting pot too. But all I saw were like Polish, Irish, German, English. Yeah. We all looked alike too, but we melted real easy that.
Right.
Other people made fun of me for being Polish. Like,
aw,
I don't care.
What part of Rhode Island?
I'm from Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Woonsocket.
Yeah, it's the worst part.
Is it?
Yeah. Like if you think of all the nice parts, think of the exact opposite. That's where I'm from.
Woonsocket. Is it on the water?
No, it's again
Yeah.
all the way north.
Yeah.
Think the opposite of the water.
Okay.
That's where I lived growing up. But
Gotcha.
my mother owned a great funeral home, and we've owned a family business there. And so I was there earlier this morning, and I'll probably go to bed back in that area. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I told you my mom's from New London.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would go to, there was a Chinese restaurant we'd go to in Westerly.
Oh.
So that's when Chinese
Westerly's where the
restaurants-
rich people lived.
Oh, is it now?
Like
I
Taylor
don't know.
Swift. Taylor Swift has a house in Westerly.
Does she?
She does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that the one they found the dead person at?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know someone who cleans it.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
So she bought it in Westerly. Makes no sense. I grew up wanting to buy that house. That was the house I was going to buy. I can tell you now safely, it will take a miracle for me to get that from her. like it's going to take a miracle.
But really, you really wanted?
I really wanted to buy that house. That was the house I drive by whenever we went down there, which was not often because it's like literally the only place, like you can't stay in Rhode Island and be further away than Westerly and Woonsocket. But yeah, and Misquamicut Beach, right? Like so, but that's over by Watch Hill, right by the ocean. Oh, I wanted that house. I was like, this is how people should live.
Yeah, I love New England.
It's wonderful.
I do Martha's Vineyard every year.
Do you?
Yeah. I love
So that's because you're black.
it.
That's the only place that would let black people vacation 100 years ago.
Yeah, you know what?
That's why you go and
the
look.
The history is amazing.
When
You're
you
right.
go and look,
You're
it's
right.
because there and what is it, Saginaw, Michigan, were the only two spots that would let. Like we got to remember, like 100 years ago.
Yeah, please.
The world was a little
Very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
So I always say that when we forget how far we've come too, it's like that doesn't mean you have to stop making the world better, but like go back 100 years and you see some really fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
But that's why there's that population.
Yeah.
Not Oak Bluffs, the other.
It is. No, it's Oak Bluffs.
It's
Yeah.
And
it's special.
I like it because I got into a fight this weekend about it. I like gingerbread houses.
I love gingerbread houses.
Right.
Oh my goodness! And
Yeah.
the lighting, illumination.
It works. But that's why you go, and that to me is summer. I would prefer Chilmark out by myself in the thing, but New England is summer.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
And you're bringing crabs this summer.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.